Hi, I'm Danny. I'm 29 years old. I grew up in Queens, New York. I'm an FTM, which is female to male transsexual. Me and my roommate decided that we're going to document our everyday life. And this is the first video. He's not here because we've recorded this several times and it's now 3:40 in the morning. And I think I finally figured out how to do it, but he's since gone to bed. Anyway, as I said, I'm originally from New York. At 16, my parents moved to this small town, Towanda, in Pennsylvania, in the middle of nowhere. You probably never even heard of it. It's a little speck on the map somewhere. But mostly that was hell. I only went to school 2 years there, and it was really terrible. To be honest, I didn't know that there was still so much hate in the world, but there is. That was a surprise. Mind you, this is before Matthew Shepard, so it was a surprise. I had no clue there was that much hate in the world. This town was a very redneck country. Maybe had one street light in the whole entire town kind of place. You know, when I first went there, it wasn't long before they figured anything out. It's kind of hard not to. And when they did figure it out, they all outed me to everybody in the school. And their thing to do every day was to come up and say, "Oh, are you a lesbian?" And like, yeah, why? Because that's what I identified as back in high school, and it was still hard. They would call me Dyke. At one point, I had no friends, so I joined this Bible study group, thinking, they would be nice people. They were nice people the first 2 times I went. The third time, before the meeting happened, the group leader of that meeting actually confronted me in the hallway and asked me if I was a lesbian, and I said yes, and she said, "Oh, well then, you're going to hell." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess you're going there too because you're judging me." Oftentimes I would shrug off their remarks as ignorance. More towards the end of school, it got harder. I continuously isolated myself from anyone and everyone. Stayed in my room. I had 20 pen pals at the time. I had no friends, really. I had maybe 2 friends, and even, one of them wasn't even in my school, and the other one was never really around much, but still having only 2 friends in the whole school, and the entire school making comments at you, it's kind of frustrating. Every day they would find it funny to follow me home from school and to school, and they would throw rocks at me. Decent sized rocks, not, little pebbles or anything. This was definitely supposed to hurt, but I just walked anyway. Ignored everything they did. If I did go out, which was extremely rare, they would scream "Dyke." Sometimes they would circle quite a few times just to cause shit. Just ignorance. So, at 17, I was nearly killed by probably a group of 6 or more, with a knife. It was at that point that I couldn't take anymore, and I was done trying to kill myself, and I was done attempting things that weren't helping, and they weren't things that were going to help, because killing yourself doesn't solve anything either. But I didn't know that back then. It just wasn't working for me. All of my attempts were failed, and because of that, I had decided that I had to run away, because I couldn't live there anymore. So I ran away. I got 7 hours away to, I believe it was Harrisburg. It was a long time ago, but I did run away. And if my father wasn't a cop, I probably would have never been found. And it's all over ignorance of other people who don't understand and can't possibly understand what you're going through, because they're not there. They've never been there. They'll never be there, because they don't know how to walk in someone else's shoes for even a second. It's just very frustrating at times. Simple things for other people, like using the bathroom, it's not easy. I honestly find it extremely hard to use a women's bathroom, always have, because there's always that one person who makes a comment that you're in the wrong bathroom. Well, according to my ID, I'm in the right bathroom. But at least it shows that other people, not even just me, see that, yes, I'm in the wrong bathroom. I don't hate any of the people who tormented me in school. I sympathize with them, because they're the ones who are hurting themselves, because they're that close-minded. And it's sad to know that they're that close-minded. There was one girl I actually met online. The name was somewhat familiar, and I decided to go meet this person. Well, turns out she was the captain of the softball team. She begged me not to out her, and I didn't, even though she was actually one of the cruelest people in the school. She wasn't one of the ones who tried to kill me, but she was definitely up there with her remarks that she had made to me in school. And it's just really hard to imagine that somebody who is in your shoes would actually treat you the same way that other people are, just because they have the luxury of not looking the part. You know, I'm not vindictive. I didn't out her, and I wouldn't out anybody, regardless of who they are and what they've done to me, because I wouldn't want anyone to do that to me. I'm pretty much going to end it here, because I know it only lets me do 15 minutes, and I'm at 10. So I'll end it here and see, maybe I'll make another one in a few minutes. Talk a little more, maybe. Okay.